The suspense.
Also, my
You're
dog
killing
is
me.
drinking, so I'm gonna...
Your dog is drinking?
Yeah, you're gonna hear it, because he makes noise.
Oh.
So I should...
I thought you meant like alcohol. I don't know why I went there, but I was like, your dog's getting drunk? What?
He's an alcoholic. We've tried to get him help, but it won't work. Leo, you need to slow down. You have a problem.
Exactly. He's going to be feeling rough in the morning.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
You're listening to Sweet Scope Podcast with Tinkkz, Cat, and JoJo. They may seem sweet, but they'll pick your head clean off.
What's Link's favourite animal?
What is Link's favorite animal?
A gazelda.
You know, we're 4 episodes in. Sweet Scope episode 4. And
well, it's episode 3, but when was
3, but it's technically the 4th episode, and I hurt already.
For everyone listening, or for ourselves?
Probably both. Mostly for me because I'm selfish, but yeah.
Well, when she said Gazelda, I actually pictured a half gazelle, half Zelda. I'm not sure if anyone
like
else...
a centaur. Like, are we talking like which half is the human half, which half is not? Like, that's kind of think about it.
I think it sounds hot as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, one half would be hotter than the other half.
Yeah, but gazelles are cute. And
gazelles are really cute. It's true. But like,
what?
What are we talking about?
We are tired. This is okay. So, Sweet Scoped episode 3.
You almost hit 4.
I did. That was your fault. I mean, we can never even get the episode number right. I don't know why people even listen to us.
I have no idea. Why do they listen to us?
So, I'm your host, Tinkkz, and with me I have Kat.
Hey.
And JoJo.
Hello.
We're here to talk video games. We're in the Clan Resolute, and Kat's dog is drunk, just in case you wanted to know that.
I mean, he was drinking, but like water. But yeah, he's an alcoholic. We've been trying to get him fixed for, a while now, but he just won't get help. It's been a dark road.
Yeah, we all go through it.
Road. Having an alcoholic dog, it changes you as a person.
Okay, so let's get started on our news. Woo!
Yeah. Let's news. Yeah.
Okay, so it's news, yeah. So, we're gonna try again this week to talk about The Witcher, and I'm gonna see if I can, get some involvement from my beautiful co-hosts here before I fire them. Witcher put out a huge patch, and I was talking in clan chat the other day, and Javier, I don't know if you guys caught that conversation with Javier. He was saying, you should have me on the podcast. I know all this stuff about Witcher. And, of course, I told him, no, there's no way. You're not a pal, so.
Oh.
I know, right? But, no, I didn't really. He said that he had commented about when we talked about the extra romance dialogue and how I said I had chose Triss. And he told me that he thinks the biggest reason why there's not as much romance dialogue is because Yennefer is the right choice. Now, remember when we had talked about how none of us had played 1 or 2? And so he's played all 3 of them. And he said that's probably why we don't really know that. Because in the previous games, Yennefer is all about Geralt. And she is always on his side and always protecting him and this and that, and Triss not so much. So basically he told me, you just made the wrong choice, Tinkkz. You just picked the wrong person.
I hate to break it to you, but you're wrong.
Right, exactly. So he suggested that when I do the New Game Plus, that I pick Yennefer and really truly experience the game. So yeah, the new patch. There is 600 changes in the new patch.
Or we're not going to go through and list all of them, are
Oh,
we?
I am. No,
Here we
no.
go. All right.
No way.
Ready.
But yeah, supposedly there's it's mostly all fixes for quests and things that'll make it run smoother on PC and the consoles, and stability improvements to iron out hiccups. I think some more. I think this is when they're implementing some of the dialogue. The thing is that okay, yeah, it was 13 pages PDF file. It's 13 pages.
My lord.
Yeah.
They're really on it with their games, aren't they? Like
yeah.
The amount of like work they put in to make it better for the players is just like, I don't know. I feel like every company could really take notes from that because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. And it's showing in their game sales too. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure the exact number, but somewhere around 60 million net from just one quarter. So people are buying the game. And I know there's a few people that have tweeted at us and said, okay, I'm getting Witcher now in the last few episodes that we've been talking about it. So yeah, it's definitely a game you're going to want to pick up. But now if you pick it up, you're going to have a big 15 gig update that you're going to have to download when you get it too.
Good luck.
Yeah, have fun with that.
So I haven't had a chance to play it since the patch that was a few days ago. JoJo, have you had a chance to play it since then? Please say yes.
Yes, actually, yeah. Managed to play it for a couple of hours yesterday.
Did you notice anything different at all?
Other than the fact that I'd completely forgotten how to play it. I mean, the combat definitely felt a little bit smoother.
Oh, thank God. That's like the biggest complaint.
Yeah, that was always tough for me. Like even like I played it a little bit, like I said before, and I felt like the combat was kind of chunky and hard to deal with, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't smooth at all, like what I'm used to. So
right,
yeah,
like
I mean, it's still pretty clunky, but it definitely feels a lot sort of easier to sort of execute the moves. And there's a couple of new finisher moves as well, which make it look pretty fancy.
Like you chop the heads off a certain way.
Yes, yeah. I haven't actually noticed any of the new ones yet. But yeah.
You just gotta go grind those mobs and then hopefully it'll
show up for you.
It'll show up, yeah, exactly.
Indeed, yes. I mean, I spent probably like the first half an hour just trying to figure out like what the buttons were again. And just kind of randomly walking into stuff and like punching walls when I'm actually meant to interact with them, and oh my God.
Yeah, that's what's so hard about playing so many different games. When you play just one game, you get really good at it, and then when you go to another one, you're like, I used to be so good at this game.
Yes.
What happened? But yeah, I was remembering when we were talking about the clunkiness, I was remembering months ago when I started playing The Witcher format on Twitter. He tweeted at me when I was complaining about how I get stuck on everything. He's like, well, what about when you're just trying to like mosey in on someone's house and you like go to slightly tap the door and it's like, bam, surprise, motherfucker! Like you're jumping into their house.
That is amazing.
So
that's how
true.
You should enter people's houses in real life too.
Yeah.
Scream that. Just at the top of your lungs. I hope that's how you do it. One day when you visit me, Tinkkz, or I visit you, that's gonna happen.
And then just rummage through their crap like you do on RPGs, just like
I'll
look
just,
through
like,
their
walk
little
in,
dressers and
take your beer,
candlesticks.
Yeah.
And then sell them at the vendor. Like
the vendor. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's exactly how I'm gonna hang out with you. I'm just gonna walk into your house, grab your shit, and then sell it.
At the
vendor.
Oh,
well, thanks. I'm going now.
Do you happen to know where the nearest vendor is?
Gotta make some profit. Get some sweet coin.
You know what I never understood about Skyrim? I'm not sure if you guys played those games, but when you would go and try and sell the stolen stuff to the vendors, and they knew what was stolen, and you couldn't sell it to them. That was always so annoying. Like, how do you know?
Everyone knows everyone. It's a small world in
Skyrim.
In Skyrim, everyone gossips. Like they have like monthly meetings. Like, it's like a community meeting, and they get around and shit talk you. I know they just shit talk. They shit talk the main character. What is he's what Dragonborn, right? Oh, right. Fucking Dragonborn. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh, that guy.
It's a jealousy thing.
It is. It's absolutely a jealousy. That's the secret to Skyrim. Literally, the whole world is against you.
Mhm.
and they just shit talk you, and that's how they know when all your goods are stolen.
Yeah, so now that everyone knows that, you'll know how to beat the game.
You're welcome. I just helped everyone. Gosh, I just like to contribute. That's it. I like to contribute to the community.
Yeah.
Let me teach you how to beat Skyrim that's been out for like 3 years. You're
You know,
welcome.
that took me 2 years to beat Skyrim. And yeah, because I was just getting so sidetracked, and then I'd kind of go on to another game for a little bit, and I was working a lot at the time, but I played almost only Skyrim for like 2 years.
JoJo, did you play Skyrim too?
Briefly, but I didn't get into it.
Really? Because to me,
Yeah.
it sounds like it would be your type of game.
Mhm.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's because I got into it quite late.
Ah.
And then I had like a million other games that I wanted to play at the time, so it kind of just kept getting lower and lower in the pile.
Gotcha.
But Elder Scrolls Online looks really interesting. I'm really tempted to get into that, but
Me
Destiny,
too. I know. Destiny just takes over all of it.
it's a video game killer.
It really is.
If
And
we're going that way, like, is that what we're all playing right now? Mainly is Destiny still, or are you guys playing like anything else?
yeah, let's talk about what we've done this week in Destiny.
Go JoJo. I know we hung out a little bit.
No! You
We
guys
did.
played without
We did.
me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I have to say this right now then, because the first time me and Kat got to play in a long time, I sit down, I'm so excited. So I'm sitting on my couch and I'm watching her stream, and she's like, "Tinkkz, do you want to come in?" And I'm like, "Yes!" So I rush to my room, I turn everything on, I get in, and my power turns off. And my PlayStation has not turned on since, and that was last week.
It just died.
It just died.
Me and Tinkkz just wanted to play together and like
The world.
solidify our love, but like
Mhm.
it just didn't work.
Okay, so tell me about your date, and I'll be extremely jealous.
Okay. So we were farming war sats. That was fun, right? We had to
Yeah,
farm that
oh my gosh.
stupid fucking Mars war sat that took forever. Everyone was so salty about that, and it took us just so long. So I, and my friend Logan just hung out in a party and just chatted basically and waited for it to show up. Rain showed up too. And, okay, this guy, he's like, okay, what do I do for this? I did the first mission, and this is for Sleeper Simulant.
Okay.
Those who don't know what we're talking about, which is the exotic pulse rifle. It's a heavy weapon and it fires like a little laser beam.
Fusion.
Thank you. What did I say?
Pulse.
Oh shit! No, that's not what I meant. I'm using a pulse rifle right now. I'm sorry.
That's what it is.
But
we're at the point in the podcast where we can actually just play and talk at the same time. So
yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm absolutely playing Destiny right now. That's exactly what I'm trying to kill orcs. I'm on like the final mission of the story. I'm just like trying to kill him and get this done because I haven't done it on here yet. But anyway, so we were farming war sats and my friend Rain showed up. And this pissed me off so bad. This guy's luck. He like jumps in. He has to do. There's 2 story parts to that quest, and they're time gated, so you can only do one a day, and then you have to do the next one after. Okay. He comes online, does the second one, farms the Earth and the Moon war sat right away. And then we're still sitting on Mars waiting for this stupid one. And right as he gets to Mars, he's been on Mars for like 5 minutes. Okay, I'm not even kidding you. And this Warsat shows up and he comes and gets it. And I'm like, dude, we've been here for like 4 hours.
Get your own.
I was so mad at him. I'm like, oh, I love you, but oh my gosh. So it was a hard quest to do that actually. Well, not hard, but just like the time gating thing was really annoying.
Right.
So
did either of you,
especially with a lot of the timers being a little bit off?
Yes.
From all the like DLCs coming out and stuff. So yeah, that was kind of a pain because it'd say like, oh yeah, Warstat Mars, be there in 1 minute. You're sitting there, 20 minutes later, it's not coming, is it? No, it isn't.
It was painful because for that quest, it showed up as a mission on Earth that you had to do.
Okay.
And you went and did this mission, and then what was the part after that, JoJo?
You get the that weird sort of code thingy that you have
Yeah,
to enter
yeah.
like 4 times, which I believe it's the order in which the knights appear in the first mission. Because you know how you have the taken knights and then the shielded like hive knights.
Yes, yes, yes.
Apparently that's what that corresponds to.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that. I just saw it on Twitter and was like, "Hey, this is easy. Thanks, guys." And put it in. Shout out to
So yeah.
Dado for
Yes,
your
thank you,
codes.
Dado.
Yeah. Yeah, and then after that, I think you had to wait a day. You had to wait till reset because it was time gated. And then you could do the second part of a mission, which was a mission you had to do by yourself, and it was just basically go through and kill a bunch of Taken. And then after that, you unlock this core, and you have to. I think there was 5 parts to it. One of them you had to run the archive. The other one you had to dismantle a heavy weapon, and then the other 3 were war sats.
More war sats.
Yeah, you had to. That was the war sats. You had to find a war sat on Earth in like a public event and do it, and then which was Terra, and then there was Luna, which was the moon. You had to do a war sat there, and then just Mars was the last one. And once you did that, you handed it in to Banshee, and then the day after, was the second mission the day after? I think it was after.
Yeah, the second mission was the day after.
Oh my god, I
and
can't
the first 2
remember.
was on the same day. It was a long day.
It was a very long day. 4 hours for a damn Mars war sat.
So this is loosely how to get it done. Not
kind of backwards, jumbled.
More or
That's my
less.
fault.
Oh, good. So you both have it? Either of you have it? Who has it?
Yes, I have it.
I have it, yeah.
And have you gotten to mess around with it?
A little bit, yeah.
I've used it.
The
Killed
reason
myself with it a couple times.
Oh
Good
my
fun.
gosh. The reason I'm asking is because I feel like the community is really split on this. And I don't mean to say this to be an ass, but it seems like the complainers are all complaining about it, and then the people who are educated in the game are saying it's good. Am I right or wrong
You
with
are
that?
spot on, because here's the thing about the sleeper. Okay, it's a specialty weapon. Like for big bosses or bosses who are kind of stationary or something that you need to do a lot of damage output to, and you do a precision shot with it. It's beastly. It just absolutely does a ton of damage. It's not a Galahorn. It doesn't have the wolf pack rounds. It doesn't, kill everything like Galley did. It's meant for a purpose, and I feel like the people who are talking shit about it aren't using it correctly, like the way it should be used to do the most damage.
Because the damage in it is insane, right? Because I've seen videos on it, and from what I understand, that the reason it's comparable to Galahorn is because you can use your primary, get rid of those ads, and then just DPS the heck out of that boss, which will be similar to using a Galahorn, doing those
Absolutely.
two things together.
I'm going to be honest here, and I feel like people were a little spoiled with Galahorn because the Wolfpack rounds would take out everything, around. So it's a tool. You have to utilize it the way it was meant to be used, which is for, things that you need to do like a lot of damage to, and you have to land those precision shots with it, which is kind of hard because it's a fusion rifle. I almost called it a pulse rifle again. And yeah, it's a little more difficult, more challenging, but I feel like it still does a really, really good amount of damage.
And I think you're right on when you say that people were spoiled with Galahorn, because I remember, I can't be the only one, who you just shoot at the wall knowing that the wolf pack rounds will take care of stuff. You don't even aim in the right direction. You just like, I'm going to shoot this as long as it's not going to kill myself, and the wolf pack rounds are going to kill everything around me. I'm not the only one, right?
No, absolutely. You're just on the right page with that. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but before I joined Resolute, I had to use LFG, and I LFG'd my very first hard Crota run back when it was still difficult to do.
Right.
And the only reason that I did not get kicked out of that raid because I was using a valedictorian, because they said right on the post, we want Galahorns, which I just hate that so much. I mean, if you're not going to take the time to teach someone without that huge, issue, especially when it was hard to get exotics back then, it was very difficult. But the only reason I didn't get kicked out is because I was off my mic completely. I wasn't talking to them. I had no idea what I was doing, But they did a strategy, and I kind of just followed along because I was listening to them, and I finished my first hard raid that way. But that is not a way to do a raid, and to have like those limitations, I think really ruins the experience.
Why
Like,
do
it
you think?
does.
Why do you think you weren't kicked because your mic? I'm not seeing the connection there. What did you mean by that?
Because there was someone else that they had in there who was absolutely atrocious, like just rude and nasty, and high pitched, angry, squealy voice. And I think that distracted them, and they just wanted to get it done, so they just let me stay with my little
Okay.
valedictorian with no tracking.
Yeah, and if you can hit him, you can hit. Like, it's not that hard to hit Crota without tracking.
I know, he's stationary, man. Like, he moves a tiny bit,
Plus,
but
you
He's a
can
pretty
just throw
big
two.
target.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. Plus, if you can hit two. You can pretty much tell when you pull the trigger if he's moved right then. So just throw another in that direction.
Exactly. Well, what I never understood was that whole you have to have Gallahorn mentality, because it takes like 2 Gallahorn shots to take him down. Well, you have a whole team. Like, you have 5 other people
Yeah.
besides the guy who's running sword. You don't really need just Gallahorns. I never got that, but I'm glad that I joined Resolute after, because I remember the first time we gamed together, Tinkkz, we did Crota, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And you made fun of me and told me I was kicked out of Rezo. I can't remember why. Probably because I died. Oh, no, I remember. I made us all wipe because I stood on the thing and the totems went off and we all died. Yeah, that was good.
And I said you
Great
were
introduction. Yeah, it was awesome. Hovey was there. You were there. Who else was there? Bryson. Yeah, it was great. It was awesome.
And then I think that was the day that we played. I think that was our first time playing Tinkk's Got Sword, right? Yeah, Tinkk's Got
Yep.
Sword. And
Yep.
then like Hovey be like, Hovey has sword, right? And then we'd all like race for the sword, and then whoever got and made us wipe so many times, but it was so
Yep,
fun.
I remember that. And I was just like, I'm not running for that sword. I can't do this. I can't. I'm going to fail. They're going to kick me out. It's going to be awful. No, I'm just kidding. That was a good time. I remember that.
JoJo, you do you agree with what Kat was saying about it being situationally a beast?
Yes, definitely. I mean, it takes out like the yellow barred enemies pretty much in one hit. Um, so yeah, it's really handy against like wizards and stuff like that. It's definitely something that you wouldn't use against like every boss encounter.
Right.
But I think that's the same for a lot of weapons in TTK at the moment, especially all the taken weapons. If you use them against regular enemies, they're not as effective as they are against taken. And, I think that's, the same with Sleeper. I think there's going to be enemies that it's going to be more effective against. And yeah, people just need to take the time to, have a play around with it and,
See
kind
how
of
it
figure what
compares.
situations are, best to use it in, basically.
Because do you guys feel like you're missing out on an exotic slot using it as an exotic? And by that I mean whatever exotic you usually use, do you find a legendary that is comparable to that exotic to justify using that in your heavy exotic slot?
I'm going to say no. Just because when I run an exotic, I'm really all about using my sword right now, because oh man, they're just so good, Tinkkz. They are
Fun or
just,
good? Or both?
they're good, and the exotic ones are just, they're so strong, and they're really fun to use. So I'm really enjoying using that right now, but I feel again like it's situational, because um like I said before, there's some bosses that you're not going to want to be in close quarters with, so you're going to want to use the simulant over, a sword. So,
So I guess that's why they kind of complement each other then, the sword and the simulant then, because one's close range and one's far range.
exactly. So it really
Oh,
depends on the situation. Like, that's the best thing I can say is it's really situational, and it still applies.
you apply.
Oh my.
Okay, so anything else in Destiny you guys want to talk about? Have we been having fun in our raids and whatnot?
Yes, absolutely.
We getting
JoJo, have you
good
been
gear?
raiding lots, or?
As always,
Oh,
yeah. I got bugger all last time though. Like literally just moldering shards.
Okay, we need to talk about the 20 moldering shards
Okay.
and how he took my 20 moldering shards and the bitch gave me 3 moldering shards. Like, that is not how rewards work.
That's not how you math, man.
That is not. It's like, okay, you know what? Here, you're gonna give me $20. Awesome, for this sweet reward, this sweet product. which
$3
is
coin.
$3 back. How does that work? That's horrible. Like, I feel like I know it slightly increases your chance, but something. Give me something. Don't just give me some fucking moldering shards and some worm spore. You cheated. You cheated me out of like. Oh, I can't even.
It's all right. Just sit over there, calm down,
I'm
and
good.
we'll
good.
move on, and you can join us when you're ready.
I need to breathe. It's so stressful. So much.
Okay, so that's it on Destiny then.
I've been playing Bloodborne, which has been very fun.
You have stopped playing Destiny for Bloodborne? What?
Yes. I've been trying to play both. I am playing both, but I've been playing Bloodborne a little more and
What boss are you on?
well, my friend Goob actually helped me we did some co-op and he was teaching me, and by teaching me I mean he pretty carried me pretty
He
hard.
killed the bosses for you and you watched?
I mean, kind of. I'm not going to say no. But no, he helped me actually, and we beat the second one, so I have a better set of armor.
The second one is
The werewolf dude.
The werewolf dude. Okay, yeah. He
Yeah.
was. I am not trying to one up you. I'm not trying to be a bitch, but this is more of me being super proud of myself. I did that blind by myself.
I know. You know what? That's impressive to me. Like, that is definitely not you being a bitch. That's me being impressed because I was having such a hard time with it. So I was actually streaming, so my friend could watch, and Goob showed up, and Goob is like, honestly, watching him play Bloodborne is like a whole nother experience. The guy is so good. So I'm watching him, play Bloodborne, and he's watching me play Bloodborne, I should say. And he's like, okay, here's what you got to do. And he's like, no, don't use that weapon like that. No, do it this way. Okay, you're going to throw these Molotovs at these things, and you're going to, you're going to dodge. Make sure you lock on target. Always lock on target. Hit your R3 button. Hit your R3 button. And I'm like, okay, I got you. And it helped a lot, so I can't imagine.
I mean, I'm not saying it was good. It was dirty as hell because I had no idea what I was doing, but it was just more perseverance than anything because, like, I just didn't give up. Like, I cried, like, 3 or 4 different times. If you follow me on YouTube, the video's up there. I'm, like, half the video is me, like, trying not to cry, but dude, I did it.
I believe it because that game is absolutely unrelenting. It's brutal. It's mean. It's just so mean. I can't even fathom going in, blind and trying to understand because, like, even like shortcuts and stuff, like at the beginning part, Goop goes, okay, you've got past, the first part with the bonfire where there's a whole, that took me forever.
I'm pretty sure I was stuck there for 2 whole days because I wouldn't let anyone help me. I'm pretty sure I didn't realize I was going in circles, and I didn't really understand the concept of the game either. It was my first Dark Souls type game as well, so I wasn't really understanding that there were even bosses. Like I mean, like I knew there were just because it's a game, but like I didn't know where they were, what I was doing, and I was running around in circles for I'm pretty sure 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It was just, oh my god, it was awful. And I've got past it, and he's like, okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to go this way, and this way, and this way, and here's a shortcut. And there's going to be things up here. And I was like, okay, I actually really appreciate the help because I was getting frustrated. And I didn't want to get frustrated and give up on it because I'm not as persevering as you. So I was getting kind of stressed out. And like, man, this game is really hard. I don't know if I can do it. But now I feel like I'm a little better and like I have a little better understanding of the game and how it works. And I'm fully looking forward to
playing more. We're gonna have to play together as well. JoJo, you don't play Bloodborne, right?
No.
But do you have
Want to
it?
give it a try, but
Yeah, you have to. I feel like every PlayStation exclusive game you just have to get since it's exclusive. Am I weird in thinking that?
No,
kind of
I
weird in general, but
wow, the
Bitch.
underhanded shade from JoJo out of fucking nowhere.
This is what
Damn.
happens when she gets to wake up early and not be completely tired for the whole thing. She starts swinging.
Yeah, this is the JoJo we know and love. It's true. Yeah, so JoJo, have you been playing anything besides Destiny or just Destiny?
Mostly Destiny. I did play a bit of the Battlefront beta though,
Oh, yes, yes,
uh,
yes.
Tell us about
which
it.
was interesting. Um, it's fun as long as you're playing as the Imperials and not the Rebels.
Okay,
The
absolutely.
Rebels
Okay,
suck. Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna be 100% honest. I've only seen one Star Wars movie. I'm a Trekkie, so I grew up watching Star Trek. So Star Wars to me is kind of like, you know. But my friend Logan is like the biggest Star Wars fan I know, and he's like, okay, I want you to play this with me. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. So this is coming from someone who knows like almost nothing about Star Wars. I know who Darth Vader is, so there's that. But so
He's Luke's father.
when I see his ass fucking sprinting towards me on the battlefield, I go, nope, I'm out later. Um, yeah, or when I see Luke, I'm just like, I'm out, bye guys. This is coming from someone who knows literally nothing about Star Wars. It's so one-sided. It was awful. We spawned into a game as the Rebels that was a match in progress, and we were losing. And I just kept spawning and dying. I'm getting blown up by the walkers or the other robotic shit they have or the planes. I'm just constantly dying. It's just so bad.
Can you
Uh,
choose your side or is it random?
it's random for the
It's
for the
random.
the
And
beta, I think.
basically the rebels always lose.
Yeah,
Mm.
well, not always. You have to have a really good Rebels team, it feels like, to win. And that's just one game mode. That's Walker Assault. And it's the funnest one, in my opinion. But it's fun if you're playing as an Imperial, like a Stormtrooper, not as a Rebel. I definitely agree with JoJo on that. It needs help with the balancing, I think, because
Yeah, definitely.
it's
It,
not enjoyable.
it's just insane. It's like,
Tinkkz, here, I'm gonna explain it to
oh
Tinkkz. This is what it's like, okay?
Okay.
You're going into the Crucible, you're playing skirmish, okay? Your team has all level 5s with half their subclass unlocked and all white weapons. The other team, level 40s, 310 gear with exotics and legendaries with, final
Pre
round on your sniper,
pre 2.0 thorns
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
with thorn glitch.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's how it felt like to me, or at least coming into it and going, man, this is really, really, really one-sided. It is pretty bad, in all honesty. But yeah,
yeah, it definitely feels like, maybe if you went into that game mode with an actual team of friends as opposed to, a bunch of randoms, you might be able to coordinate it a little bit better and actually win against the Imperials. But it's like their objective is so, it's just ridiculous. I mean, it's, AT-ATs, AT-ATs, they're bloody massive, and you're supposed to take them down. It's
yeah,
like,
those are the robot things I was
how?
talking about that I didn't know what they were called. But yeah,
Robot things.
yeah,
They're kind of like giant robot, like cows,
they
sort of.
are. They really are.
They
Or the
just
walk.
move really slowly, kind of
It's
Robot
shoot at
true.
cows
you and stuff.
confirmed.
You can go up inside them if you pick up the power ups and fucking shoot the hell out of everyone. It's so fun. That's like another thing. You're up in this giant cow and you can't die, and you're shooting lasers at people like the rebels who are just on the ground, like, oh my god. And it's so bad. I was like, this isn't fair, but it's awesome.
So if
So,
so if it was two evenly skilled teams, like if you just cloned one team to another, then there'd be no way that the Imperials would lose.
well, if the entire team, like the rebels team, is coordinating,
And I mean,
like,
if they were completely even, it's like that one-sided, right? Like if
yeah, I want to say yeah, but I mean, it could go either way if they're completely even, okay? Like because the only way the rebels win is if they take out the walkers, right? So you have to actually all coordinate and like shoot at them at the same time.
Okay, I
So when
see.
you're with blueberries,
So
we'll
one
call them
takes more
now.
coordination and one doesn't, kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like the because the walkers just move on their own, and the stormtroopers just kind of push up towards the rebels' base, and this is me explaining it and having absolutely no knowledge of Star Wars. So I'm sorry if I'm screwing it up or I sound ignorant. I promise I'm not trying to. I just don't know 100%
No
what I'm
one's mad
talking
at you.
about.
It's okay. We're looking down on you a little bit, but that's it. No one's mad.
Well, I mean, you can do that.
You sound so sad.
I am sad. I am sad because like I feel bad because I don't know.
Okay, well
It's
then let me go to this then, because I wanted to know, as a Trekkie, what did you think about the new Star Wars movie? I mean, Star Trek movie.
um I as someone who like loves the original series, okay, and I adore the original series. That was my favorite. It's so bad that it's good. And actually, in Alberta, we have a little town called Vulcan, and there's a big Star Wars convention or Star Wars. Fuck,
I did the same thing.
this is your fault. This is absolutely
Don't
your
blame me. You we all have trouble with words. Don't blame this on me.
fault. Okay, so we have like a big Star Trek convention every year there, and there's like model enterprises like the Welcome to Vulcan thing is in the Star
That's fun.
Trek font with like a spaceship. It's pretty cool. But as someone who grew up watching the original series, I liked them, but it didn't have the Star Trek like exploration kind of feel. It was very actiony, and it was good. It was good, but it wasn't what Star Trek came to mean to me. Like space exploration and finding new worlds and all that good stuff. And it wasn't really that way, if that makes sense.
Right, that makes sense because I didn't grow up with Star Trek, but I'm a huge J.J. Abrams fan, so I loved it. But I was just wondering from someone who's a huge fan.
I loved it. Like, don't get me wrong, I loved
Yeah.
them. I watched 2009 like a whole bunch. I went and saw Into Darkness with my mom in the theater, and we both cried, so that was good.
Aw.
Yeah, yeah, we're giant nerds. I love my mom so much, but
I love your mom
um,
too. We've been over this.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, so we went and saw it. So no, I loved them. I absolutely loved them. But like, honestly, it was more actiony for like people who are not normally into Star Trek to enjoy.
Right. Okay.
Which is fine because it introduced people to like a whole new thing, right? Like people watch Star Trek and they're like, "Oh man, what's this about? This was awesome. I want to go back and watch the original
Exactly.
stuff." And they were disappointed because it was shitty, but you love it. So yeah,
It's
sorry.
hard to go back and watch that stuff when it's not nostalgic.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that because unless it's nostalgic, you watch it and you go, "Oh man, the acting
Yeah.
is horrible."
It's gross. That's why books are so much better.
It's true.
Okay, so we did get an email this week from James R. And he wants to know from JoJo, what is one thing you can remember that made you rage quit a game? We all know it's not the dick wall. Nice try. You got anything? Can you think of anything, JoJo?
This one's actually pretty easy. Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, which is probably why I hate the Dickwall section so much of TTK because it reminds me of Prince of Persia games. But basically, there was this one bit in the level where you kind of had to do like a wall jump thing, and sort of jump from wall to wall to get to this higher platform. And for some reason, I just couldn't do it. I spent days trying to do it.
Days.
And, like literally days. And like I'm normally a pretty laid back kind of chill person, but as the days went on, I could feel it sort of slowly wearing me down, and like I could feel this rage sort of slowly bubbling and bubbling and bubbling, and then finally one day I just freaked out. I just was like, no, turned off my PlayStation, turned off my TV, and didn't go back to it again for about 2 years.
Okay,
Wow.
so this is how JoJo rages. She says no, turns off her TV, turns off her PlayStation, doesn't play it for 2 years. Okay, so this is how JoJo rages.
Yep.
Don't
that
make
game on
JoJo
timeout.
mad.
Don't
She
make
won't talk
JoJo
to you for
mad.
2 years.
She won't talk to you for 2 years. And she'll
JoJo,
say
why?
no.
Oh,
No.
that's terrifying.
Point a finger and everything.
I was scared.
Wait,
I
you said
pointed
you're
my
gonna point
finger
a finger?
too. I pointed
Oh,
my
no.
finger too when I said it. No.
Oh man.
Like a cat scolding her dog to not drink. No.
He
No
just
drinking.
has an issue. I don't.
He always wants to drink water. It just makes no sense. Bad dog.
Oh man. What is life?
Anything else we want to talk about, ladies? And if not, I'll get to housekeeping.
No, we definitely need to talk about all that charity stuff that we
Yes.
got coming up, though. I think that's all I can think of now.
This next few weeks are pretty big for us at Sweet Scoped. We aren't going to have any episodes the next 2 weeks because we're going to be participating in a few charity events. Next week is going to be our debut, our first time streaming, all three of us, so we're super excited about that. And it's going to be at 11 p.m. Pacific on Saturday the 16th. And that'll be on twitch.tv/AimAssistGaming. There's a killer lineup for that with Triple Wreck, Datto, Planet Destiny, Bungie, lots of other people there.
We're gonna be there. Just saying.
Yeah.
We're there.
And Sweet Scoped. I mean, that's another big, huge name.
Yeah,
The most
absolutely.
important name. I mean,
It's
come on.
not terrifying at all to be, talked about with Datto and Triple Wreck.
Right. And Sweet Scoped and
Oh,
Bungie.
Sweet Scope and Bungie. Definitely not terrifying to be,
Right?
Bungie or
Yeah.
anything.
We
Not
got
terrified.
We got this. But yeah, it's to benefit the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, so it's a good cause, and also the whole stream is a team effort with the Dames of Destiny. I'm not sure if you guys knew that. We teamed up with them, so it's going to be 48 hours now instead of just the 24 hours. So that's going to be crazy.
That is going to be a long stream. It's going to be awesome, though. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Glad to be a part of it.
Yes, and then since I'm kind of helping throughout the entire event as part of Aim Assist, so we're not going to have an episode that week, and if you want your Sweet Scope fix, you're going to have to show up on the 16th at 11 p.m. We'll be there. And then also, Sweet Scoped is having our own mini little marathon thing on the 24th, starting at 7 p.m. with Kat, and we're going to be going to 1 a.m. Pacific. And I kind of love how this event came together. I just wanted to kind of say how, if you guys listened to our last episode, we had mentioned how this month was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we encouraged everyone to get involved, whether it be by offering to stream for another event, donating, putting events together yourself even. And so after that event went live, one of our listeners named Badass Charlene on Twitter, she messaged us and to inform us that it was also Down Syndrome Awareness Month. And that's just kind of just what she wanted to say. She's like, don't forget that. Maybe you can, shout that out on your next episode. I just kind of want to bring awareness to that. So I instantly went to Kat and JoJo, and before I could even say anything, they're like, let's do a stream. And I'm like, yes, that's what I was hoping you'd say.
Absolutely.
So we're putting that together. It's for, we went to Charlene and we asked her for her to choose a charity, because what she had said was her son has Down syndrome, and she said that she takes him to this Special Olympics and that it has done amazing things for her son, and she wanted it to go to that charity so that it can impact other kids just like as it has impacted her son. So it's going to be for a great cause. I know we can all come together. This community can do amazing things. I've been a part of so many different communities. I know you girls have as well. And I would never think of doing something like this in any other gaming community that I've been a part of.
The Destiny community, when the Destiny community comes together as a whole, and I can say this with sincerity, it is the most powerful and incredible community I've ever been a part of. I'm in love with it, honestly.
It's not all about shit talking and being nasty to each other like some other communities really are.
No, you come together as a community, and the things I've seen the Destiny community do, together, is just absolutely incredible. It's blown me away, and I'm so excited that we get to, do this for Charlene and her kid, and just it's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited.
Right.
Heard somebody cool might stop by, so
yes, yeah. So you're not gonna want to miss it. I know that's a lot of dates we're throwing out at you guys, but we want to kind of let you know those dates we're not going to be recording because we're so involved in these activities that it's just not possible. So follow us on Twitter at SweetScoped because we're going to be tweeting out these events as they're going live, as they're coming up, and using all the promo art and stuff like that. So
please come out and support all these, because honestly, like, we can do so much as a community, and I feel like if we just pull together, we're gonna do amazing things. So
right.
I really hope to see you all there. See what I did there? Because watching.
You can actually see us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even not even just donating, but tweeting out and getting other people there, and just, I mean, a lot of this is for awareness, not necessarily just for donations. So keep getting that word out there.
Sharing is caring.
True.
Yes.
JoJo chips in, and that's what she has to say. I'm a fan.
And cutscene. Okay, so don't forget to keep sending those emails in to JoJo. I don't want to hear any more things about raging because JoJo just says no. Like, that's her raging, so...
That's so JoJo. Like,
that is so JoJo.
It's so JoJo that it's like, you know, I have the mouth of a sailor.
Yep.
I get so angry, and JoJo just goes, no, and just turns off her console. There's no controller. Was that what you wanted, James R? Is that what you wanted to hear?
That's what he wanted. So yeah, send in those emails to sweetscoped@ninjapancake.com. Also check out the other great podcasts that are part of Ninja Pancake, like Warlock School, My Morning Coffee, and GNA Podcast. JoJo, where can our listeners find you on Twitter?
They can find me at JoJo_Rezo.
And that's REZO. Kat, what about you?
You can find me at KANUCS, Canucks on Twitter. Come talk to me. I just tweeted a picture of pumpkin spice Oreos. In the spirit of Halloween, we need to talk about it.
Yes. And I'm at Tinkkz, TINKKZ. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to check out our Twitter, and we love you. Say bye.
Bye.
Sleeper stimulant.
Sleeper stimulant.
There was an N. Did I not do an N?
No, stimulant is wrong. It's stimulant, and I was gonna call it stimuline. So
you said it sounded like you said stimulant is wrong and stimulant is right. You said the same thing.
There's no T
so
there.
Confused. There's no T?
There's no T.
Stimulant.
Yes, stimulant.
There's
not.
You just made a T too. You just did a T too.
In the beginning. Stimulant versus stimulant. It's stimulant.
Stimulant. Oh,
yeah.
In the beginning. Stimulant. Oh, I see what I'm doing. Okay.
I think I might have done it too. So.
Stimulant. I know it's stimulant. Why am I saying stimulant? Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I want to keep that in. We sound like idiots.
Just take it out. I don't want them to see that side of me.
Now I'm leaving it in.
God damn it. Why do you always do this to me?